Okay, so there are going to be a lot of character creator videos out, so if you guys are really interested in looking at a more in-depth view of it, then I'm sure that you can find that on YouTube or somewhere on the web. But for me, I'm just going to kind of shoot through it, creating my character. So, basic overview of it, there are a total of 5 different races. You have your here, which are your humans. They have a male and female version. The Elysian, which are your elves, they have a male female as well. The Lolafel, which are short little teddy bear like people, I guess, they have male female as well. Makote, they're cat like people, see them with their little tails and whatnot, male female. And then of course the Rogadin, they're like a big brawny type bear looking type creatures, I guess. And of course you have your male and you have your female version of those. Okay, so for me, I went through a lot of thought, and I did decide on going with a Elysian. Now, with each of these different races that you can pick, you also have 2 different choices of the clan that they're coming from. So the Wildwood are of course, like you look at their starting attributes, they're a little bit different from the Dusk Whites. Okay, of course they have a little different look too, but again, I've gone through a lot of different processes with this, and I've decided I'm going to go with Dusk White. Okay, so this kind of throws it around. You can see approximately how many inches that they are tall. Me personally, I'm actually almost 100 inches tall myself, so I try to get the closest to my own physical features. Yeah, so I'm going to make him as tall as possible. Okay. Next we're going to kind of pick a kind of brownish look to him. See how close we can get him. Right. Probably not that dark, I don't think. Maybe, who knows. Let's change the environment a bit. We're going to see if maybe it can give me a better view. Got me starting off in Gridania. It kind of moves into the bluish colour that way, so I'm going to stick with this. Let's call it that. Okay, let's take a peek at these hairstyles that they got here. So they had a character creation benchmark that came out for the computers. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play with it a bit, but most people are already able to figure out what type of hairstyles and hair looks that they want to go with. Me, on the other hand, I was not able to do so. So, we kind of go with what I like at the moment. Actually kind of torn between this one or this one. Yeah, I really don't have long hair myself. Yeah, like I said, I like to try to keep it simple, pretty close to myself as possible. So I guess we'll be looking at this right now. I'm not going to dwell too much on it either, because you can also come back. There's a item that you end up getting. It's called like the File of Fantasia, something like that, and it's going to allow you to come back at a later date, and you can actually change your character's appearance. On top of that, in a later patch, they plan on implementing some sort of a hairstyle and cosmetic type recreator. So Mr. Ocelot, I'll go with right to get it back. Maybe that with Do that with some grayed out highlights or so. What do you think of that? Actually, not too bad. I'll take it. Okay. Of course, now the face. Ooh, old man, little boy. Go here. Nice middle-aged type feel to it. Still got a bit of youth in him. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I'm looking at our jaws. Probably gonna go with a type 2 like that. Like the type 2 jaw. Maybe, hold on. Let me come back a bit. I see the changes up to 3. I'm gonna go with a 4 instead. Okay. What's next? We're looking at eye shape. Eye shape. We'll go with the 4 though. And of course, large iris. Eye color. Let's see what we want to do. Actually, no, I kind of like this. Let's see if I can create it for myself. Darkish orange type feel to it. There we go. Let's give that a go. Alright. Next up, we're looking at our eyebrows. Let's take a peek and see which one we like. I'm gonna go with 3. Okay. Let's see the type of nose that we like here. It seems kind of skinny there. Mine's not that skinny. We're going to go with 3. Okay, what type of mouth do we want to run with? Do some pretty decent sized lips. Gotta go with no colour on it. Okay, don't want to have any sort of lipstick sticking out. Any sorts. Let's see, next up we're looking at our ear shape. Ooh. Definitely gonna go with 3. I'll actually make them a little more humanoid than anything. And honestly, I don't want them to have too big of ears. I don't want them to have those ears kind of just popping around and don't want to like sticking super far out like that, you know. So instead, I know of course it defeats the purpose of it, Elzen. There we go there. Facial features, we're actually going to go with none, I believe. Just don't want anything on me. No tattoos. Confirm. No sort of face paint. Alright, and voice time. We'll save our appearance data. No comments. Perfect. Okay, so now with these here, this is where it comes into your actual, I guess it's like a birth date for your character. Don't really know what that means at all, so I'm just going to pick something, of course. Not even something close to my own birthday, just because I really don't care. I'm going to pick something nice and cool though. So Astral, Umbral, I'll go with Astral, I'll go with 4th Astral, and let's go about in the middle. I go 16. Alright, so now with the deities that you're picking off, of course they have some sort of elemental resistance with it that you start off with. You can kind of see the colors of them. This one's kind of like a light bluish, so the highest that it's going to have is the freeze. So you can see the freeze at 54. It's going to be your highest resistance. Here, Thalic is going to have some sort of water resistance, highest at 54 on the far right. Here, green is going to be wind resistance, lightning resistance, fire resistance at the highest, and earth resistance at the highest. So honestly, with me, I think I'm going to go with Blizzard's a strong attack, so lightning, but I'm going to go with Blizzard resistance. Menafina, Hallown, Leaver of Glaciers, Goddess of War, Keeper of the Moon, Goddess of Love. I'm going to go with Hallown. What we're going to start off with is a Disciple of Magic. And now with this here, they finally added in an Arcanist. But for me, I'm going to go with the Conjurer. And our server that we're going to go to, me and my mates have already confirmed it, and it's going to be Leviathan. Okay, trying to pull that up. Alright, so my character's name. Oh no, new characters can't be made on this world at this time. I know, right? I don't know what the reason behind that would be. I wonder if it's maybe too popular at the moment. We got Gilgamesh. I did play on Gilgamesh before, but I don't want to do that one just because it's supposed to be so big, populated apparently. Ultros, Diablos, Cactor. I wonder if any of these. Okay, so apparently Chapter will work. Okay, so pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to shoot through the main storylines, and then we'll come back in a little bit. And welcome back. Okay, so we've gone through the character creation in the main story, and now we're coming into the start of the actual game. So this is of course before we hit the world proper. So your face is not known to me. Knew we'd come to the city. I am Bertinant, a wood whaler of Gridania. It is my duty to protect our nation from our enemies, while welcoming those who may yet prove her friends. Let us see what you are. And this is our introduction. Welcome to Gridania. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. When you're ready to proceed, speak to Bertinant. Okay, so your basic controls are listed there. Feel free to pause the video if you need more display time with it. We're moving on from there. Hit select, it opens up that ability and you can close it from there. Full on movement controls. Zoom in, zoom out. I am going to be taking some shots. I believe it is L1 select. Okay, so apparently I have no idea how to take a screenshot. So when I figure that out, we'll come back to it. But until then, what I'm going to do is play around with some of these HUD settings, and pretty sure it's going to be quite boring. So what we're going to do is I'll come back after I'm finished with it, and we'll continue the video. So alright, I'll see you in a few seconds. Alright, and we are back. Okay, so initiating quests. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Gridania, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. So there it gives you the level of the quest, the name of the quest, how much experience that you're going to get, and then how much gear that you get from it too. And a little description of it as well. So you simply hit accept, and it continues from there. Another green adventure, I presume? I thought as much. We cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case you were wondering. The Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Leonie within, she will take you in hand. You've begun a quest. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. Brilliant, so the duty list is what we've messed with over there. It says upon accepting the quest. Again, feel free to pause this because I'm going to shoot right through the actual tutorials. Okay. That looks like that's gonna about do it for us here. Well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wondering young adventurer come to put your name down at the guild, I presume. Welcome, Meoni's my name, or Mother Meoni as most call me, and the Carline Canopy is my place. As head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honour of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well with our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. Goodness, I cannot read. The Axel and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garland Empire to the north. And that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. But I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me, 5 years passed. Eorzea was well nigh laid. A dread worm emerged from within the lesser moon, Dalamon, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which people call the calamity. Scarcely a square mile of the 12's wood was spared the devastation, yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it all happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it's also true, for reasons we can all explain. The facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many versions of the events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet amidst the hazy recollections and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing, that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by valiant adventurers. Wherever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet, whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to recall their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst a blinding glare. Thus have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Ahem. Pray do not feel daunted by the deeds of the legends. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill scroll. Here's a quill scroll. Here's a quill. Scroll your name right there. I was like, what is a quill scroll? I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There is a special place in the 7th hell for those who use amusing aliases. Isn't that the truth? Chrono Ocelot. And you're quite sure this is an amusing alias? Yes, quite sure that. Very well. From this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of all the elements. Nation blessed of the elements, and the bounty of the Twelveswood. The guild expects great things from you. Brilliant, thank you. Look at what just arrived. Another god. These guys are so rude. Don't you start with that. The adventurers are the very south Gridania needs. The elder seats here herself bade us welcome. Then with open arms, do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not, lest you forget, it is my sworn duty to uphold peace. I am to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves. You, adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the seventh hell. That's the place where people who use aliases go. Ahem, pray that, outburst no more. He meant only to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the Twelveswood of late, you see, and the wood whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know. Your good self included. Fear not, however, given a catalogue of exemplary deeds, and no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely want to you. Oh my goodness. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Mione, or whatever, to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know.
Goodness, I apologize for stumbling through all this reading. I've been up for way too long, as you can tell. But anyways.
Okay, this concludes the introductory game tutorial. You've taken the first step as an adventurer in the city of Gridania. Listen well to the wisdom of Mother Mione, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. And again, pause the video if you guys need it. Okay, so let's begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you're a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetheroid. This massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheroid Plaza, not far from the Carline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheroid plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you have located the crystal, all you need to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instruction. For your second task, you are to visit the Conjurers Guild. There is no better place to learn the art of conjuring. Speak with Medeli, I would call her Medeli, and she'll explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the markets at the heart of Old Gridania's commercial district. There you should find weapons, armor, and all the various items that an adventurer might need on his travels. There is, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Harsimontre, we'll call him, and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a badge not long ago. You have your task, Chrono. Now you know if you could guard your path. One more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I am certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be of a realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time folk will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. Close to him, accepted. And judging from the chat log, it looks like now we're in the world proper. Okay, so again, just gonna slowly shoot through all these. Feel free to pause if you like. Okay, so it looks like Gomtrant is going to be the leave quest of the guy. Antoniot is going to be the innkeep. And of course we got our random guys. Holding L2, sprint. It's going to get me over here to Bernadette. So I'm going to be able to select. Newly come to Gridania, are you? In search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak with Channels Loop of the God's Quiver. You can find him standing vigil before the Archers Guild. The creatures of the 12s would have been behaving most
naturally of late,
and you must fall into the God's Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, they seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I am certain that your offer of aid would be well received. So we've got another quest accepted. Brilliant. Okay, so let's just continue my storyline here. Continue myself to that. Right. Greetings, adventurer. I see you're faithfully following Mother Mion's instructions. Allow me to offer you a bit of instruction myself. I am Nisia of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two about the Aetherite. Yes, that big crystal right there. Aetherites are devices that tap into ethereal energies, and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of aetherites and their connection to the flow of aether. And as these devices are found in most every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Truly, few things in this world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need not locate them all at once. Before rushing out into the wilds, I suggest you start with the aetherites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the aetherite transportation magic, I am here to answer your questions. Cheers, love, appreciate it. You attune with the aetherite. You are now able to use the return spell. Okay, and then of course on the chat log, anytime that the color is kind of like a peachish color, see all the people keep chatting and whatnot. I don't like that because they keep shouting, so I always turn that off. Go into the system. Okay, so that's not bad. Might be character configuration, filters, character. There we go, log window settings. Time, place down the Chrono Ocelot, label lipstick during chat, label profiling filter, log filters in general. There we go, so we'll take off shot. So right now just doing the bare minimum so that we can continue in peace. Okay. So I've attuned myself to the first aid, right? Remember that. Next we're gonna head over to the God's Quiver. Sprint, yeah. See that person running? I'm gonna run too. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. See, I like this. It's quite popular, as you can tell. Access to Archer's Guild. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved simply by placing your hand upon the 8 right shards. 8 right. Chapter's loop, but it does send you to me. Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Gridania, you are right to come. You do wish to prove your worth, do you not? Oh, I do. So this goes over a little bit with the items, how to use those. Oh, Chapter's loop's got me another quest. Let's go for me. So, however, we receive reports that the vast clouds of creature spores have rendered parts of the 12 wood impassable and ruined crops besides. We periodically cull the fungi population in order to prevent such occurrences, but the creatures have taken out of season, making it ever more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed a troubling development, the God's Quiver has more pressing concerns and can ill afford wasting time fighting fungi. If you wish to prove yourself, go to Central Shroud and exterminate 6 of the pests. Use caution and approach them one at a time, lest your adventuring career be cut disappointingly short. Hail, adventurer. Might you have a moment? I am in need of a trustworthy soul to deliver a missive to Parnell. You can find her in the shaded bower in the midst of the markets. Huh? Why would I not simply go and speak with her myself? Well, as I'm sure you have observed, Gridanians have a tendency to be rather, in person, they can be, well, a little on the prickly side. The matter is not urgent, simply hand over the missive, the next time you find yourself in the markets. Please, as a favour from one adventurer to another. Thanks. Okay, I believe that's all I can do now. Almost open automatically. Put a little spread on. Run, baby, run. Run, run. Run, baby, run. Run, run. An adventure is precisely what I needed. Not a moment ago we dispatched our newest recruits, Artur, to inspect me Keto's amphitheater. Regrettably, the young here has more spirit than sense, and he charged off without his tools. Suffice it to say, he won't be getting any work done. Would you be so kind as to deliver them to him? Wonderful. Seek out Lou Hellick in the acorn orchard behind the atrium. He should have Artur's tools. Okay. Never find somebody behind an atrium. Luckily I know where the atrium is. I could just run that way, couldn't I? Lou Hellick. What the hell sent you? Give me a moment. Yeah, they are still fresh and unused as the day he got them. Doubt he's even realized he left the bloody things behind. First day, and he forgets his tools. Daft sod needs a kick up the. Oh, look at this. I know all about adventurers. You'd do anything for World War, won't you? Well then, I want you to make a Nilly laugh. She is no good with strangers, so first you should introduce yourself politely with the bow. Hi. I seem to work, but she still looks sad. Try sharing the joy in your heart with her. That'll prove how nice you are. Joy. You're odd. Think she's starting to like you. Good. Now that you've broken the ice, I bet that if you surprise her and just start dancing, she'll laugh her head off. Giggle. Ha 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 ha, you're really a good dancer, mister. That looked like fun. Maybe I should try it sometime. Thank you. Thank you, you're pretty good at this. Newly lost her father 5 years ago during all the fighting. She hasn't laughed much since then. So I mean, we're all worried, but a lot of younglings have been following me, and you wouldn't understand. Anyway, thanks for the help. Cheers. Okay, next up, what is next up? That is next, okay, we're on right there. This way to the markets, Old Britannia, Central Shroud, yes. Oh, that's a compass skill too. While I'm at it, oops, gotta change that. quest, brave? Might you perchance be comfortable around Violkin? If so, I have an urgent need of your assistance. You see, I was preparing for the forthcoming argues when I found, to my great embarrassment, that we lacked the requisite quantity of scarlet oil. If it's not too much to ask, I'll be most grateful if you could resupply us in time for the ceremony. From ladybugs, such as those found near the bannock, 6 of the Violkin should yield the necessary amount. Pray return to me as soon as you have it. So will. Resonates once with us. We'll start somewhere. Oh, there we go. You seek the secrets of Conjurer, adventurer. The search no longer, for you have found your way to the Conjurer's Guild. It is at Leone's request that you have come. Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is to be a conjurer. Conjuring is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magics, as that once wrought by individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate aether, has existed since the dawn of time. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjuring emerged from this shapeless agglomeration of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Verdania. In those dark days, the elementals would not suffer man's presence in the Twelves Wood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth in the grey subterranean city of Gelmora. But their desire to settle in the Twelves Wood continued to burn fiercely. Time and again they sought to curry the elementals' favour. Unlike men and other creatures bound in temples of flesh, the elementals are beings of pure aether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talent for etheric manipulation might allow them to commune with these, therefore, enigmatic entities. Goodness gracious. It took 5 long decades, but our forebears finally succeeded. Their reward, the elementals' permission to dwell in the 12th Wood. So it was that the nation of Gridania was born. Since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking to all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who are able to commune with them. And for their intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery over the forces of nature. Thus did they conceive the art of conjuring. I hope this has helped you gain a great understanding of the Conjurer's Guild. Yes, a little too much. Should you wish to delve further into the mysteries of conjuring, then I urge you to consider joining our ranks. I can begin your initiation whenever you desire. Call upon me if you're ready to take the first step. Okay. Got a long chat, let's get to it. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurer's Guild? That I am. That is well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Isumiyan. Brother Isumiyan presides over the Conjurer's Guild, even as he serves the nation as a hero. You will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. Guildmaster Isumiyan. Greetings, adventurer. I told you wish to become a conjurer, O glad fame. I am Brother Isumiyan, master of this guild. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjuring. Pray attend me well. Conjuring is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself often stand upon front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjure than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing, but worry not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. You will come to understand that conjuring is not the sole province of the. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12's word alike. Can you make this vow? Yes. I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. While the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. Yay! And so to work. Listen well now, for I would assign your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Just beyond the city gate, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars. I would like you to slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I can so coolly order the take. Know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the 12's wood, a burden they cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest, and by employing your powers in doing so, you will come to learn something of your art. Now go, Chrono, and perform your first task in the name of the elementals. Okay. So we'll do something in the markets first. Okay, so running about, just kind of making my way through everything. Different quest formation. Okay. You there, you're an adventurer. Yes? Good. I have a task for you. Take yourself over to the Conjurers Guild and speak with my student Breya. She has her hands full preparing for the auguries, I don't know what that means, and would likely welcome your assistance. In her excitement at becoming a conjurer, I feel the young disciple is pushing herself beyond the limits of her endurance. Enthusiasm is all well and good, but it would not do to have the initiate collapse from exhaustion. Your weapons. chapters staying here. Greetings, traveler. Come to me, Keno's famed amphitheater, have you? I'm Estate, caretaker of this fine centerpiece of Gardenian culture, and I fear I must needs trooper assistance. You see, it is not only well-meaning men like yourself who are drawn to this place. The sylphs often visit the dead at the dead of night, long after our citizens have gone to bed. We have no particular objection to their presence, and they seem grateful for the accommodation, so much in fact that last night they left us a token of their appreciation in the form of vegetables. A lot of vegetables. Their generosity is more than welcome, of course, but the sheer quantity of the things makes gathering them all something of a chore. And if it's not as if I don't have enough to do already. In short, I'd be most grateful for any help you can give me. That's all you gotta do. Just ask me for that. That's all you have to do. Just be like, hey, can you pick up these vegetables for me? And I'll give you the story. Well done, friend. Queen Keno herself will say you praise. She knew well the power of art, how it could strengthen the soul of a nation and preserve its history for future generations. This amphitheater was her greatest gift to Gardenia, and it was her wish that all folk could use it freely, not only for performances and festivals, but as a place to share memories and make new ones. I wonder if the Sylphs come here to do just that. That said, I do wish they would find other ways to express their gratitude. We have no need of vegetables here, but mayhap the Carling Canopy can make use of them. Anyway, thanks be to the Elementals for bringing you here today. Hey, level 2. What? I'm terribly busy right now. And would thank you not to bother me. I'm a carpenter of prestigious atrium, and I have repairs to. Where did I put my... Oh, gods. I take it you're from the guild too, then. What's that? Adele sent you? With my tools? Ah, yes. I was actually just about to go and, this is so embarrassing. My apologies. It's just... I'll just say focus on the task at hand. You know, it's a miracle that the amphitheater even survived the calamity. It was the Carpenters Guild that saved it, moving it piece by piece and rebuilding it. When I saw what they had done for Gardenia, I knew what I wanted to be. But gods, when they told me my first task was to come here. Anyway, thank you for bringing more tools. You're new to the oak atrium too, right? Well, let's both work hard for the good of the guild, eh? Oh, and may the elementals watch over you and keep you safe. Thank you. The adventurer, could you deliver a message for me? My superior Millicent is stationed outside. Actually, Faye, I don't know. She's doubtless busy, right? She's doubtless busy, but I'm past due to be relieved. Long past due, truth be told. However, I can't simply abandon my post. Speak to her for me, would you? But choose your words wisely. She has a bit of a temper. We'll do that, man. something over here too. Just take a quick look at. Oh, that's what it looked like that. What's this all about? Do Messend says he needs a break. The nerve of that sniveling little crying for relief at a time like this. Has he already forgotten how short-handed we are since that business with the axle the other day? That's sending a bloody unknown adventurer to do is bleeding, no less. That self-serving soul thinks only of his own woes, rubbing his sore soles while welcoming all manner of gill-grabbing veterans to our Hollywood. Useless bloody fool. Makes me blood boil, it does. But it's not you I should be giving a piece of my mind to. You seem a decent enough sort, considering still understand that it's a duty to keep an eye on every stranger that passes through these parts. Anyway, I appreciate you lending an ear to my subordinate. A fool that he is, go on then and stay out of trouble. Okay. I really do grow tired of these people talking so much. Just got a mouth for every single one of them. Hello. Greetings, sir. Won't you be looking to secure the services of a retainer? No. I'll give you this. What's this? A missive from Fimibus? You say? Whatever could it be about? Let me see. She wants to know about the available stock of potions at the markets. Hardly a matter that warrants a lad, much less the hiring of a courier. Why could she not ask the question in person? A sense of adventurers from beyond our borders find Verdanians somewhat difficult to deal with. Yes, because you talk too much. Are we truly so devoid of worth? If we mistrust outsiders, it's only because so many of them have brought chaos to Twelvewood, and such sins as theirs are not soon forgotten. Yet I suppose we might endeavour to be a little less cold. By what right does fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsimont, master of the markets? If you can stroll in here bold as you please and demand my hard-earned knowledge? A merchant does not for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favour, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Meoni's handwork, and more specifically her bacon. Don't look so surprised, son. I smelled that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. That flaky crust just divine. Very well, I'm a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall explain this once. Please make it fast. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the Rosewood and Ebony Stalls, both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you best be prepared. Best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of the Rosewood Stalls, directly south of here. You'll be pleased to learn that the merchants of Britannia are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the Ebony Stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by widely travelled Aldean merchants, and may truly say, I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? First step into any purchases to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with the price and profit. There is little more I can teach you with the mere words. Go pursue the stalls and see for yourself what wares they offer. There is no substitute for a first-hand experience after all, and I am wary of talking, unless you have another ear by. Good man. Good man. Taking my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. Very well, if you wish to know more of the markets, I shall give you a practical education free of charge. As master of markets, I entertain many requests. This order from the waivers, for example, but I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings, that I might tend to such tasks as I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate fulfillment of this particular request for you. I'll bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, and a length of brambleweed rope, and deliver them to Sillingood of the Lancers Guild. There is much more to be found in these stalls, if you have the dedication to seek it and the coin to procure it. However, as my representative, you will need only my names as payment. None will deny me. In fact, many will be all too eager to part with their wares. So numerous are the depths I have owned. You know what? I'm done. I'm not reading any more of this. This guy's just keep talking. So what we're going to do is, if you want to read it, pause the video. Pause the video if you want to read, because these guys just talk too much. Actually, man, that's probably what I'll do. I'll read a bit, but when it gets to that point, I'm just fed up with it. Then that's when I'm just going to skip by it. So if I go too fast for you, go ahead. Just pause the video. Sorry, mate, we ain't open yet. Oh, on a parchment. Well, what is it that you wanted? Here she is. Take it and tell the square. Tell him we're square. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Do have the pleasure of your company today. Take this opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Good. Yeah, we're already way over time for this video, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. Finish this last little quest up real quick, Make a little sprint way out here. Drop this off at the Lancers Guild. Pick up the 8th right. Actually, no, after I finish this quest, I gotta pick up one more 8th right. And then we should be good. What business have you with me, venture? You come upon the bidding of Master Price Montre, wherever. Yes. That. And I got that. So soon? I'm impressed. I placed my order only a short time ago. Yet, here are all the items I requested. Truly, Master Carson Montre is every bit as resourceful as they say. You are fortunate to work for such a man. You would do well to mold yourself in his image if you have any aspirations of being a merchant. Keep that in mind, thanks. Fresh-faced adventurer. The very man of person I wish to meet. That's a guild looking for someone to track down and exterminate half a dozen squirrels. The infernal pests have been squeezing in under our floorboards every eve for the past several moons, and gnawing away at the support pillars. They have yet to inflict any serious structural damage, thank the builder, but I hesitate to bring such a trifling matter before the wood whalers or the gods quiver, hence my delight at your timely arrival. Why, an adventurer who could not dispatch such woodland nuisance is not worthy of the name, not here in Gridania at any rate. As you know what becomes of incapable adventurers, but perhaps it is best you do not know. The squirrels of which I spoke can be found in the central shroud. Return to me once you have disposed of them, assuming the task is not beyond you. For your sake, I sincerely hope it's not. Okay, gonna have a little sprint back over to Haramotre, whatever his name is. Parliament. Probably learn how to say his name. I don't know if I've messed with him too much up. Oh, never mind, he already finished it, actually. So that guy already finished my quest for me. Next up, all I have to do is run into one more of these. Aetherite shards. I believe that should be all of them. I think we're down here, at least I hope so. Got that one. Come close. This bridge here, like a sharp turn here. Stop right there. Not another step. I apologize if I startled you, but please be careful. The ground here is covered in rose hips. You see, my seed pouch had grown so threadbare that it finally split open. Unbeknown to myself, I've been scattering Azuma rose hips all along this road. Oh, good sir, if you would help me gather them, I'd be ever so grateful. Thank you for your kindness, it's truly a blessing from the elementals. The rose hips should be lying in the road between here and the Great Roman Brewery. Remember to tread lightly lest you cross them underfoot. Okay. So pick up that. Got it. Pick up you. Got it. Pick up you. 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 Okay, so normal. Let's hit this real quick. This is the last one I need. There we go, you've attuned yourself to all the Aetherite shards in Gridania. The Blue Badger Gate and the Yellow Serpent Gate are now accessible. You now have Aetherite access to the Blue Badger. You now have Aetherite access to the Yellow Serpent. So Blue Badger looks to the Central Shroud, and the Serpent Gate leads to the North Shroud. Good sir, pray tell me you have recovered all the rose hips in the wagon, not one to a traveller's fate. Blessings be upon you. I fear this path will be lined with roses next year. Not such a wondrous sight, blah blah blah. It was most gracious of you to aid me in a time of need. I pray the elementals extend you the same kindness. Okay, alright. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Game Time with Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn.
This is Viscount Chrono, and of course my character Chrono Ocelot, bidding you all a farewell. Hold on, let's get used to this. Let's get used to this because this is our first time actually bidding a farewell. So, bidding a farewell and bye-bye. And we'll see you next time on Game Time.